Hello? Hi. We tried this again. This time, I actually opened and I actually closed OBS. Hopefully, are you having fun yet? Ha 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 ha. But yeah, you guys, you know, if you'd ever like to, you know, support a cause, you know, maybe check out the throne, maybe help me get a new Wi-Fi adapter. That would be fantastic. You know, that would be fantastic. But anyways, welcome back, everybody. Hello. We've spent about almost 40 minutes. Well, yeah, 40 minutes trying to figure this out. So yeah, fun stuff. There must be an alternative to OBS. I doubt it. And we back. What's Yes, we're back. We return, hopefully better than ever. Because at that point, the internet wasn't even going out. It was actually OBS itself that was crashing. It stopped connecting for some reason. The KBPS stopped connecting. So yeah, that was fun. But hey, reload OBS and we're back in business. Hey, it's Shades! What's up, Shades? How you doing? Do we have a shout out for Shades, please? How we doing?
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, we now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale.
What's up, Shades? Go check Shades out. He's super awesome. Oh yeah, you were playing Honkai Star Rail and Supermarket Simulator. How did that go? I had to leave, but how did that go? How did the Supermarket Simulator go? Of course, we always support our friends here. That's how it works. That's how we roll. Maybe this time. That's the hope. Unfortunately, we've been dealing with lovely technical difficulties. So, it's absolutely been, fantastic. You know, Supermarket was named Desperation Station. Oh my gosh, Shades. Wow. That's insane. Desperation Station. Wow. That is a look. Yes, and we're back. We are. All right. Let's see. We should be able to get started now, though. Let's see what we can do. People came in paying $100 for a $7 item. Why? Well, why? Alrighty, though. Time to play some Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We're in episode 4 of Justice for All. Farewell, my turnabout. And we shall continue where we left off. Oh, yes. We were talking to you. That's right. But I believe we need to move to the Criminal Affairs Department real quick before we can go any further. So they had to leave with 93 $1 bills. It's like a requirement. What? That's nuts. That is nuts.
Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing.
Yeah. Oh, he's back!
Hey, so you came, pal. Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about? What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and the testimony are airtight. But, we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive.
Phoenix, when have you been known to be an optimist? Phoenix, when have you been known to be an optimist? I'm sorry. That's not entirely your strong suit there, buddy. Game was fun, though? That's good to hear. I'm happy to hear that. Happy to hear that, Shades. Glad you had a blast. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. The Gumshoe theme. Ba-ba. Alright. Airtight evidence?
So what do you mean by the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal. There's two big pieces.
Two?
And both of them are in this photo. Oh boy. Ooh. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard. Yep, I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai special pants.
Yes, two.
And the second one is the knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact.
Fingerprints? Whose are they?
You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're Mad On Guards. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Uh-huh. I was planning to stay for the first half of stream, but with the technical difficulties, I'll be heading to bed earlier. Alright, bye, Squid James. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay sharp!
So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag.
Of course it is.
I thought so. What do you mean, you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well... And I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. Her blab knob is stuck on 10. There's no turning it down. Trust me.
Gosh darn it, old bag. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death.
No way! Wow. That's pretty airtight testimony, I would say. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. We could show that newspaper clipping that we got the last time, though, to Gumshoe.
We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves.
Thirsty.
Thank you for the hydrate. Alright, bye, Dark. Enjoy dinner. Thank you for the stretch as well. I mean, she did see the murderer last time, too, but was wrong. Yeah, that's true.
The scandal with Mr. Kurita? Oh, why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide.
Whoa! Whoa! Well, this is one of them, Shades. This is one of them. That was kind of, Gumshoe, dang! That was kind of hard to throw out at once. Yeah, trigger warning, by the way. I forgot. Oh my gosh! I forgot about that. Oops. I'm so sorry, everybody. suicide? Pearl! Don't say it too! It doesn't make...
Her name was Celeste Impax. And she was Juan Corrida's manager. The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Impax was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one.
Her mentor?
A woman who was both Mr. Corrida's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Did her suicide have something to do with this case? You want to know more about her, pal?
Yeah! Let's learn all that we can.
She was the victim's manager, and it was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another's death. Or maybe it's just a coincidence, but... Ah!
Oh no! I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another. Hi, Francisca. Hi.
Miss Von Karma!
You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst.
You don't mean...
I do, Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You are no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Whoa! Francisca! There's no need for that!
Wait! Please wait, sir! If I don't get this month's pay, I'll
Quiet! If it weren't for traitors like you...
Huh? I would have won. Is that what you want to say?
Who?
That voice.
My boy! Let's go! He's back! Yippee! My boy is back! Let's go! With the epic theme.
Edgeworth. It's been a long time, right?
It certainly has. Where have you been, sir? I missed you. The return of the king, indeed. This person, this is Mr. Edgeworth?
What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong. You haven't changed a bit, Francisca.
You? How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are.
Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francisca. How are things going? I hear you're having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country.
You
seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back.
Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never. Mr. Phoenix Wright. I will see you in court tomorrow. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory.
Still the same wild mare she always was.
I'm just happy that Edgeworth is back. Oh my gosh. Sure, Francisca, sure.
I thought you, the prosecutor Edgeworth, Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Mr. Nick!
I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you going to run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided.
Oh! Oh!
But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to be? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth.
Yes! Oh my gosh, Cat! Hello! It's the Cat Sam! Welcome in!
Incoming raid from Katsu1 with 1 viewers.
Cat Sam!
Welcome.
Welcome in! How are we doing, Cat? How was the stream? How did it go? Welcome in, Raiders! Welcome in! How are we doing today, Cat? How did the stream go? I'm just imagining Arya in the background jumping with joy while that conversation was happening. Yes. Yes. Shh, I'm not here. Okay, I got it. I gotcha. Gotcha. It was well, did some HSR. Ooh, were you doing Penacony? Were you doing some stuff in Penacony?
The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for any assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. Just what is going on inside his head?
Yes, it's my favorite boy. I think I drew tomatoes. That's proof your statement, my friend. The best boy is back. The best boy is back. Let's go. And better than ever. Can I just point out that smug smile Miles has this game?
Objection!
Objection! I think I like this one more than the one from Rise from the Ashes. Me too! Me too! Welcome in, Roninja! Welcome in! Doing my sparkle grind and then I did Sim Universe. Ooh, simulated universe. Hope that went well!
A lot of things have happened. A lot of things may have happened. However, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor, and a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish.
Phoenix, I think you're jumping to conclusions here, my guy. Phoenix, don't jump to conclusions here. Don't think too far away. I feel like I'm betraying my chat, though. Why? They're watching me max out Sparkle and making her build near perfect for me to never use her. Oh, dang. Are you about to geek out like Deku with All Might? Yes. Absolutely.
It'd have been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
Oh. That's a good question.
Well, with Francisca, she almost always says,
I will defeat you this time.
the instant she sees me. But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my clients, to save their lives, to save your client, those who think only of their own ego-driven goals. Those kinds of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth. It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn. A lot I have yet to learn? Me? Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough.
Ah! Oh my gosh! I'm happy. I'll get to see my boy.
Ah, my goodness. Ah.
Goodness gracious. I mean,
Arya's voice acting is the reason why there are
I'm
men in anime
thirsty.
voiced by girls.
thank you for the hydrate.
Oh, I mean, wow, Kat, that's a huge compliment. Thank you. Holy cow. A breath of freaking fresh air a la Miles. It's good to see Edgeworth again. It really is. It really is. I'm just very happy to see him.
He said he'd give us information. So, why not ask about the woman here?
Because they sound more like a guy than some guys. Oh my gosh, Kat. Thank you, I appreciate the compliment. But I've had several years of practice at this. It is very triumphant, it is so good. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste Impax died. But her death was ruled as a suicide, right? Yes. But there is still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle. Oh my gosh, Kat! It's all about the tone and all about like the well, and again, I've had years of practice as well. I don't think that it sounds like as genuine, but I am trying to work on it. But I really appreciate the compliments, you guys. Thank you. Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Whoa! Hello? Carstone, what did you do? Hello? Carstone? Carstone, thank you! Holy cow! Well, I guess I'm getting a new Wi-Fi adapter, guys! Yay! Carson, thank you! Holy cow! I guess I'm getting a new Wi-Fi adapter, guys! Yeah! Hold on, Carson, let me get you that VIP rank. Holy cow! What in the world? Thank you! That is so awesome! Goodness gracious! Was not expecting that. Holy moly! Hold on, roles manager. Where are we going? Holy. Hold on. I'm trying to get through everything. Holy moly. What just happened? Carsonian, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that so much. Hold on. Thank you. Here, Carsonian. You get that VIP. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That is going to help out tremendously. That is going to help out tremendously.
So if I get money, I get VIP. Yes. Oh God, holy cow. Oh my gosh. Holy cow, you guys. Thank you. Someone
no.
Wait, what? Yes. Oh my gosh. Riddle me this, who geeks out the most over Edgeworth? I wonder. I wonder. I wonder who geeks out over Edgeworth. Oh my goodness. Missing suicide note, though.
Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it.
The suicide note?
But how do you know Miss Impacts had even written such a note? There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim? Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh! He was the one who found her body, which makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. My goodness gracious!
We need to do a game show and have Arya and Lyra voice act their answers to see who has wider range in their voice. It would be most fun ever. That would be pretty cool, actually. That sounds pretty fun.
Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note? But why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over.
Welcome in, Aiden! That's one thing to come into.
This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1?
Deceased, Celeste Impacts. Found by Juan Corrida. Was her suicide note hidden? Ace Attorney is fun and cool. Meanwhile, Ace Attorney cutscenes. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But wait, why only part 1 though? Why only part 1?
I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That has 2. 2 parts?
Yeah, that's why we usually start with a warning. Yeah.
What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here is the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name? Oh, it's Adrian Andrews. Oh boy.
Miss Andrews? What did she do?
She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself. You think she's a strong career woman. That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews. He has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
Adrian Andrews is Matt OnGuard's manager. Oh my gosh, Cat, really? No, it's all good, Hashenjo. A secret?
Her dependent nature. That's what makes you like on the inside. Oh my gosh.
And a metal pipe. Hi, Silver. Welcome in.
Miss Andrews. Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is.
With this information, though, I think that we should go talk to Miss Andrews and break those psych locks, shall we?
Goodbye, old bag. I don't want to talk to you. Alright. We go to On Guard's room. Metal pipe. That's what I hear when I die to fall damage in Genshin. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, kinda, Hishendo. Metal pipe hit so hard Fortnite crashed? Oh my gosh. Anything but old bag? Oh yes, for sure.
Looks like Miss Andrews isn't here.
That's not good. I still have a few questions I want to ask.
What a hag.
Yeah.
Bruh. Oh my gosh.
This stream is not OSHA safe. Ace Attorney does talk about some pretty dark and mature topics. So... I should have put that as a trigger warning, though. Reported for improperly secured pipes. And she has that psych lock on her heart, right?
Well, we don't have much of a choice. I guess we'll have to come back later.
Did we miss something? Where could she be?
You can make it a pinned message.
Yeah, that's true. I can make it a pinned message. Hold on, let me remove the one that...
Unpin this message.
Hold on, what? What the heck?
Maybe besides a pipe falling? Maybe.
Yeah, but where could she be, though? Where could she have disappeared to? Where could she have disappeared to?
I hope we didn't miss anything. That's a lot of teddy bears. It is. It sure is.
Yeah, but she's not here.
Did I miss something? What's with all the loose pipes? I would not tell you. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything.
Yeah, I talked with them about everything.
Wait, was there something else I needed to talk to, Wait, did she go to Narnia? I don't know. Hold on. Oh! There was something else I needed to talk to Edgeworth about. Okay, never mind. My bad. Well, hi again. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews attempted suicide. Okay, back to this. It was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Lost her will? But why would she? Her pillar of strength, her mental, Celeste Impacts, was gone forever. That's why. Oh no. Why would that?
Is this what they call following someone to the grave?
Goodness, Pearl, why do you know that? Oh my gosh. Too many metal pipes. Oh my gosh. Saint Seiya, welcome in. What's your favorite Pokemon? That's kind of a weird question to ask right now.
What would you do if you saw an entire room filled with plushies of said Pokemon?
Well, if you give me plushies of Sobble or Umbreon, I will be happy. So, take that for what you will. But I love all of the evolutions. After her attempted suicide, Adrian Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She She's someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely.
There is still
Once she
more to
finds
be
it.
discussed. Yes. What transpired after the body was found, for example. If a witness is asked to testify, they can't refuse. That is another rule we have.
The Edgeworth line! Oh my gosh! How did you get that? How? How did you get that? The timing on that was perfect. My goodness, that was almost too perfect. Once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near.
No, that's all good, Cat Sam. All good. Well, I'm going back walking under the rain. Be back at a drippy. No worries, Rima.
My luck is a mystery. I'll have to click that. Ha, Miles, you throw in your voice or something? Oh, goodness. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others. When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then, that means her super confident attitude. It's all a facade.
Ooh. Ooh, it's all a facade. Did you see the news on Genshin Twitter?
Yes, I did.
Things are getting crazy.
She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. Wow.
That's pretty intense, you guys. That's pretty intense. No. So, beneath her cold, confident exterior is someone scared and vulnerable. Indeed. Alright. Now that we've talked to Edgeworth again, let's go check back and see if she's back in that room now. Alright. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone.
That's Franziska von Karma.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Miss Von Karma?
What are you doing here?
Hi. Again.
Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so... You've got some nerve following me around. Following you?
That's you, Miss Von Karma. You're the one doing the following.
Gross.
You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard.
Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl.
What is that?
An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was this receiver. I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? All right. What were those two talking about?
Miss Andrews. She seems a little dazed, doesn't she? Alright. We got some sleuthing to do. We've got some sleuthing to do. Here we go. Motive for murder.
Why was Juan Corrida murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Onguard's life in danger by your actions?
Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita.
You were not that close?
That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person.
You're not good at being intimate with another person? Somehow, I highly doubt that.
Yeah. Considering this.
You and Mr. Kurita had an intimate relationship, did you not?
A silly, third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish.
Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story.
As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars.
Note to self, stay on her good side.
In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that.
I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone?
Me? Me to get close to Mr. Kurita? As if there was ever such a need.
Didn't you get close to Mr. Kurita for this person's sake?
How about this woman here? How about this woman?
Celeste Impax, your mentor.
How do you know about Celeste?
Miss Impax. She committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Kurita's manager. So I believe you got close to Mr. Kurita so you could find out more about her suicide.
You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a future third-rate tabloid.
Miss Andrews?
There's no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing.
Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved.
Considering that there was a missing suicide note. My ad jump scared me. Oh my gosh. Considering the suicide note was missing.
Take that!
What doing? We solving a case.
Miss Impax's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who had discovered her body, Mr. Kurita.
Juan?
And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Kurita.
I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others.
That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are.
What?
I have evidence that says otherwise. This is proof that Celeste Impax was someone very special to you.
How about the fact that after she died, you tried to kill yourself?
Take that!
Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you?
Went through with what?
Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help.
Someone please hold on to these metal pipes. My goodness gracious.
Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on.
That's...
You were dependent on Miss Impacts, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away...
Axel, please. The name's Lee.
Got it memorized? Gosh darn it! Gosh darn it! Which is why we have to have it memorized.
When she had passed away, you lost everything you had.
Stop!
When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss Impacts' note. You heard about it, and thought to recover it from him by getting close. Am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes.
What do you mean?
What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was, why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Kurita dead.
Me?
Miss Impacts was everything to you. And then she died. You would do anything to find out why she was killed herself. Even commit murder.
Murder!
Oh.
Motive for murder.
It's true. I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly.
Oh, this theme.
I never wanted anyone to find out the truth.
Miss Andrews.
This one thing. It's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews. All I want is to know the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Kurita. Celeste. Without her, I became scared. Everything, everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Kurita to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposefully add fuel to the fire, they would keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret.
Miss Andrews.
If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. All right, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion.
Mr. Nick, can I ask you something?
What is it?
Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back.
That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding?
Huh?
Oh, this?
I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag.
What's it look? What is it? It looks like a seashell.
That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this car. I wonder where I picked it up from.
Or not remembering something clearly? Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence.
Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands. Capable hands, huh? Capable. Why was that in quotation marks, Andrews? Alright.
Well, I think we've gathered about all we can.
What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright?
Oh, girls. She looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all. She's been walking all over the place with me today.
What's wrong, Mr. Nick?
Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right?
Oh, no! I'm okay. Really. I'm fine. I really am.
You don't look fine to me.
Yeah, let's go back to the office. I don't know how capable this unsafe work site is. Oh my gosh. Alright. So, what now?
Well, we did find out one thing for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. Oh my gosh, Shave.
You mean Miss Impact's suicide note?
That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever.
Mr. Nick! The transceiver!
Hello? Hello? Brighton Cole offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya! Where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time.
Phew.
Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya! Let me hear her! Very well.
Ask my
Maya, is that you?
sis. Ask my sis! Oh boy.
Maya! Maya!
Language.
Darn it, he cut me off!
Mystic Maya said, ask my sis. Didn't she?
Sis? What does she mean by that?
Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one.
Sorry.
Ah! Oh! Hi, Mia! Hi!
Mia!
I have a message from Maya. So come, ask me anything you want about her. Hi, Mia!
How's Maya?
She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems.
I'm glad to hear she's safe. But Mia, how did you know?
As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. Still weird to see her in Pearl's body. Yeah! It is a little strange, isn't it? I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could.
I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her.
Smart move, Maya.
The kidnapper. What's he like?
I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there.
And?
She didn't see the face of her attacker. Ah! Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her.
When you were with her?
I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now.
Or Maya.
Huh? Someone dropped a card here. It kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card.
Yeah, more like a calling card, huh?
Drat, it's locked. But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Ah! That's it! The shell card! If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. All right. Now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting. We're worried. To be continued. Ba ba la ba. Ha 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 ha. Woo! And that's investigation. Was it that easy? Who knows? All we can do is wait. Alrighty though. Before we get started with the trial again, I'm going to take my break real quick. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere, everybody. I will return shortly after refilling my water and getting myself a snack. BRB! Yes. Thank you, everybody. Yes, positive edition this time. Yay! I return indeed. Alrighty. Let us continue. We already saved, so now we shall continue on and get started with the trial. It is actually time to defend Matt on guard. Oh boy. March 22nd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way! That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? Can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand.
Huh? Well, it's almost time. Oh! Mia's still here! Mia's still here? Hi!
Mia,
We must get a complete acquittal today.
I know. I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or girls either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day.
Indeed. Well, let's get going. Oh!
It's him. This is right. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right?
Oh, look, Professor. There's something on the passenger seat.
Well, okay then. All right, let me get my timer up here. Luke, get over here. You're gonna be your turn for a couple of minutes. All right. I guess we're back with Mr. Wright again. Okay. Let's see. Goodness gracious. When I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Huh? Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? Alright, bye, Carsoon. Good to see you. As Arya says, stay sharp. You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. Wait! The kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer, dude? Who was that? Dude? Oh yeah, this is the guy that we're defending, that's right. No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Well, seems like Mr. Wright doesn't want him to know. Contest? What a weird way to put it, indeed. Huh?
Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ongard. Are the prosecution and defense ready?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. What?
I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Karma?
I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me?
Your Honor! Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman!
What? 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 Shot? Oh my goodness. Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. His present? Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. But this is totally insane. But Miss Von Karma, is she all right?
I don't have that answer.
She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Phew. You're... I thought he'd show up. Oh! It's Mr. Edgeworth! Don't mind Aria. Aria's dancing in the corner right now. Aria, are you alright? I'm fine! I'm just happy to see him, okay? Well, as you can probably hear, she's very excited. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready, naturally. This is already intense. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt Ongard.
The court acknowledges the prosecution.
Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Oh, that's my timer done. All right, Aria, back to you. Thanks, Luke. Ooh. Anyways,
Composure. Aria.exe has stopped responding. Please check Edge Manager.
oh, come on, CD.
Witness, your name and occupation. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct, for now. What now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe. The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir!
Hi, Marsh!
Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that.
Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight.
Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth.
All right, here goes. Bare facts of the case. Oh, and back to the cross-examination theme. Oh, so good.
This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Carita, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe it was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room? Yes, sir. Both the victim and defendant went alone to their rooms, sir. I see. It's all right. You may begin your cross-examination.
All right, here we go. Oh, that good old Miles desk slam too. Indeed. Indeed-y-do. What can we press on? Let's see. After looking into the cause of death, we believed he was definitely murdered, sir.
The cause of death. Wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal. Take a good, hard look at the crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here, to the bandana. Banana. His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana.
What the heck, Your Honor? What the heck? I'm sorry, what?
And what about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death.
Arya Edgeworth fan shade slayer. Yes, and what of it?
We have a crafty murderer on our hands here.
Juan's autopsy report. Time of death, 8:15 p.m. Cause, strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife. The empty guitar case. Why would you be suspicious about the empty guitar case?
And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal. The Jammin' Ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wants the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but... The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Only the victims, huh? I see. So much for my theory then.
It wasn't a bad theory, Your Honor. It wasn't a bad theory, Your Honor. We found out that the guitar case wasn't connected to the murder. Was it because of the fingerprints?
What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corrida, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point.
Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Welcome in, Impulse!
Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was a reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, sir.
Alright, here we go.
Matt on guard and Juan Corrida were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my books. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. It was ripped off the ninja's costume and found in Mr. On Guard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder.
Oh boy. That's some pretty hard evidence, huh?
So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir.
There's the victim's blood and On Guard's fingerprints. In the grip, Gatewater is engraved.
And there's his button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this button is also covered in blood? Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir.
What? Hinge's button was ripped off from his costume, is covered in Kurita's blood, found in Onguard's Hakama.
All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's true, Megarot.
Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions.
I'm sorry, the button looks like an egg. It does kind of look like an egg, doesn't it? Wait a minute. Hold on. I just realized something. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. Wait a minute. Then think about this. Why would he use a knife that was for the Gatewater Hotel? Hold it, indeed.
Objection!
Think about that, huh?
Wait a second. What? So the basis of your argument is that this was a premeditated murder, is simply that my client brought a knife beforehand? That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Huh? It has a Gatewater seal set onto the handle. Gatewater? I think I've heard that name somewhere before.
Huh?
That's the name of the hotel. The Gatewater Hotel. Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh.
The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. Yes, that is very true. This is a very big...
Not quite.
Huh? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realize this. But I didn't know. The question is, where did this knife come from? Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Kurita's room. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. There is a knife and a fork on the table!
So there is.
Then, where in the world did this knife come from? If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt Onguard. Especially what was on top of his table. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife.
Welcome back, Beat!
We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Onguard's knife was missing. Mr. Onguard had gone to the victim's room with a knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction.
It seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning.
As must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it. A murder weapon with fingerprints, and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of Your Honor's time. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Evidence not yet shown? It means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? Well...
Phoenix. The judge is favoring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here,
that gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat. Mr. Wright, you have something important and necessary to present to this court.
Do we? Wait a minute. We do! We do!
There's one piece of evidence that catches my attention. Something that this court has yet to see. Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance, and only one.
What the judge is saying, right, is don't try pulling one of your usual bluffs here.
If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. You may now present one, and only one, piece of evidence. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court?
They mentioned the plates, the fork, the knife, but what about the wine glass?
Take that!
This is a wine glass, is it not? Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time.
The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser.
Well, yes, I see your point.
However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over along with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration.
Well, what do you all have to say? Ah, well, yes, it is a little peculiar. Yes, isn't it? I thought it was. You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now. Mr. Edgeworth, what is it, Your Honor? Your opinion. You don't need my opinion, because there is no special meaning to that glass. What?
It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place.
By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example.
She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking.
That does sound very plausible. Mr. Wright?
Would Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? There's no way.
Huh?
There's no way.
If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty.
They just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough.
The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see if something that proves that it was Miss Adrian Andrews who set the cup on the table. You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? There's no way he has any. He's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. Well, what?
Oh, he was prepared!
You're not thinking hard enough today, Wright. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Then... Of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints? one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims, nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews. What?
Welcome back, Grima. Found next to the victim. It's filled with tomato juice. Bears Andrew's fingerprints.
That is why I said that the person who had discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? I can't believe I fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrido. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Now do you see, Wright? I can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. I thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth. I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from. Another witness? Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking?
He wants to discover the truth.
Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation.
Whoa!
Ugh.
Gotcha!
I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier.
Oh, Edgy boy, it's been, what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me.
I saw the report with her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet? It was the Wicked Witch of the witness stand.
The Wicked Witch of the witness stand! Oh my gosh, Edgeworth, I love you. Oh gosh. I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things I don't have to do with that terrible crime.
Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all this court needs to know.
Beat, save me!
Ugh.
Shush! I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Gosh! Don't interrupt us, Gramps.
Yes, madam. No, please. By all means, interrupt her. Please.
I wish I could go in and save you, Edgeworth. I'm sorry. I wish I could go in and save you right now.
Anyway, witness, your testimony, please.
It's true what they say. Mad youths are hot-headed nowadays. Not that I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with?
The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag?
It was a great job being able to see my teary Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle.
You mean you are a fan of the victim?
Look, everyone is crazy over that Ondard saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in a real man. Juan Garita.
Those two were the same age.
Edge, Arya, everyone up here, jump to me in the rafters. Yes. Oh my gosh. Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of his room that night.
Very well. Please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the
I'm
murder.
Thank
thirsty.
you for the hydrate shades. Thank you. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo. Why? Gosh darn it, why do I have to read this? Do I have to read this? Paws off, he's mine. Oh gosh.
Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was On Guard, Matt On Guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room.
Are you sure about that?
Hello there.
Hello there, Vanica.
So Mr. On Guard came out of the victim's room.
See? It has to be him. He's the murderer.
I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
The funny thing is, Edgeworth let this continue. You know, he could have ended the trial right there, but he didn't. It was Matt On Guard, huh? How could you tell? Was it really Matthew On Guard?
You saw my client. Are you sure about that?
You see?
Really?
Annoying brat. Would I say I saw someone, I saw that person.
Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further.
Good point. Let's see. How about the person's clothes?
Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail.
What a troublesome man you are. Really, as if something like that matters.
But it does.
I don't know. Grima, just go with it at this point. Now what was it? Oh yes, it was that thing.
What thing?
That gaudy thing he's always wearing. That racing jacket.
Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center, too.
That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men.
Right. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way?
Wait a minute. Yeah. Ah! Yeah. Apparently, like getting a metal pipe thrown into my head.
Old bag, men, Leon Kennedy, women.
Oh my gosh. It was very important.
Of course it was important, Your Honor.
Objection!
And perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important? Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but all right. Witness, please.
Oh, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. Ah, all good, Deck. If you were aiming for Old Bag, that's a different story. Wait a minute. If he was wearing his racing jacket, then how in the world did this get here? The legendary Capcom duo, Leon S. Kennedy and Wendy Oldbag. Oh my gosh. The question is, if he was wearing the racing jacket, how did this get in On Guard's Hakama?
Objection!
Miss Oldbag.
What? Don't say my name for no reason!
Do you know what this is?
Ah! It's my number 2 on Jam and Itch's costume!
Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it at a single glance.
Give it here! Give it here! If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this!
Oh! Wow. She really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. Onguard's body during a full-body search.
See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was that rascal Onguard.
It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai hakama pants.
See? And Onguard is the nickel samurai.
Witness. Now, it may just be me. I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt Onguard, was wearing his usual racing jacket?
I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, you might think I must have blah, 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 blah. No, that's not the problem. What the heck? Why are you speaking so much? Oh my gosh. I could not read all of that.
Now hold your tongue still there for 1 second. So what you saw in actuality was not Mr. Onguard, the man. But Mr. Onguard, the nickel samurai?
But when you think about it, they're really one and the same anyway.
Miss Oldback, this is a very important point we're talking about.
Edgy Poo, don't you think so too?
Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify.
All right, if you insist.
I should be the one sighing, not you.
The only thing I could read there was "so there." Did you take a look at yourself in a mirror? You look more like a documentary on curling. Wow. Oh my gosh. What in the world? On guard. Yes, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai. That's right. It was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go through that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. Why did she say that, though?
I knew it. I knew you'd say you was inside that costume.
What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume?
Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist.
Youngins today, I told you, there's no way it was anyone else.
How do you know that?
Because I said so, and what I say is the truth.
At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago.
Delightful. Really? Delightful. That's not the word I would use, Phoenix.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
What? Indeed. He must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing poor Juan. Really now? Really? If he was wearing his costume, he wouldn't have left any fingerprints. Think about that. Think about that. If he was wearing his costume while he was doing the murder, he wouldn't have left any fingerprints.
Please take a look at this.
Yeah, so it's a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work.
No, that's not my intention at all. That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor, do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I'm driving at. What are we driving at? And whose car are we driving? If Mr. Onguard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all previous fingerprints on this knife right off.
Ha 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 ha!
Oh, that's right. The Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. And why would he do something like that? To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There's no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At the time, the defendant held no intent for murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the defendant about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still did take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim.
Alright, bye, Jerem. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay sharp!
It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I've heard that before. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory?
Oh, wait a minute. There is a contradiction here. Why would it have been a premeditated murder, then?
His theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. OnGuard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent.
Present the knife again.
This knife. This was used by Mr. OnGuard at dinner.
Alright, bye, Shades. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay sharp.
This knife. This was used by Mr. OnGuard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was, in fact, the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Kurita. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he?
Oh, thank you, Shades. I appreciate that so much. Bye. Go check out Shades. He's awesome.
Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be at all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Oh, order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing?
Why else? Why else? To frame Matt OnGuard. Love supporting chill and awesome streams with good vibes. I appreciate it! Go support Doggo Boy. Go support the Shades.
It's to frame my client, Mr. OnGuard, of course. To frame... Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little bit too hard on this one? But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Ugh. Witness!
Looks like I made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy Poo? Thank you for the shout out.
Witness, did you or did you not really see the Nickel Samurai?
Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but...
Are you saying you mixed up Mr. On Guard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV?
But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure.
She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai? Alright then. Who were you waiting around for then?
That's top secret to anyone outside of security.
I have a feeling you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corrida. Am I correct, witness?
Ha ha. The way you think, you're a sad amateur with a terrible case of nearsightedness.
Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of?
Capreno, welcome in! This is your own fault, Edge. Just remember that. Unfortunately, that is true. The music. My favorite OST is back.
So Olpak was waiting around in front of the victim's room.
How are you? I'm good. How about yourself, Capreno?
But it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corrida.
Maybe. Phoenix, maybe the old bag was waiting around for that person.
That's who I think Mia's hinting at. It's certainly possible. Miss Oldbag, you were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you?
She was waiting for that juicy gossip. She was waiting for a very specific person. Miss Adrian Andrews.
Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. On Guard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. Oh, this is... Ah, I see. The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. And this manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's Adrian Andrews? Without a doubt, the witness thought so as well.
Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine. I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then.
Witness? What in the world are you...
Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course.
But what for?
Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information.
Get ready. This is gonna take the wind out of you youngins.
I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old.
Poor Phoenix. That On Guard is one evil, evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay?
The defendant sent his manager? What a distasteful topic for this court.
What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't there a saying? The truth is never pleasant.
Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter. I found that the truth the article proposes is in fact baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that a defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all. Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Be careful. The old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right! On Guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth.
Well, as the old saying goes, you gotta burn old bags with fire. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Oh my gosh,
Phoenix! Phoenix! Oh my gosh! Why? Let's see. Oh, and this is top secret. What about this is top secret?
wait.
What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over.
Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information?
Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you drilled a hole into my brain, you'll never find out.
How in the world did that old man get such a secret piece of information?
Remember a certain camera that's been missing for so long? That's how she got it.
So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag?
Well, why are you looking at me like that? Stop that!
Witness. I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret information.
Bingo! You got it! You got it, me! What was hidden in the camera case again? What was hidden in that camera case again? An article that was in the process of being written.
The investigative photographer, Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous, impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews.
What? Outrageous ideas, you say?
No, I said impressions.
Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless?
Ah, that's it. That's the note.
Ah! Yeah! No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy! Ha ha ha!
And you're the one who took Miss Hart's note?
I'm a huge fan of wands, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on guard. She said so herself. On guard. I'm his sidekick. She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Pooh, you believe me, don't you? I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before.
You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine.
Oh, roasted! Roasted! Let's go! Oh my gosh. You see? This right here. This right here. Comments like this. Gosh darn it, Edgeworth. I'm sorry, I need water.
Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we can overlook this just this once. She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her?
I'm
Thank you
thirsty.
for the hydrate. Pursuit. Should we forgive her? Are you kidding me? The shaped tongue on Edgeworth.
Indeed.
Nah, we ain't gonna forgive her. We're gonna pile on more pressure.
Oh, sharp tongue. Oops. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is that correct?
Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this big piece of paper from the terrible lonely trash can, that's all.
You're lying, and I can prove it.
Phoenix language! Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again?
Miss Oldbag, I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night.
You know what else you stole? That camera. You stole the camera itself.
Miss Oldbag, that note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie's $1,600 camera disappeared
There is
on
still
me."
more to be discussed. Yes. What transpired after the body was found, for example. If the witness is asked to testify, they can't refuse. That is another rule we have.
Wow, how in the world?
The roast has been clipped. Heck yeah! Let's go!
If you want to send the link to the clip, send it Grima's way, and we could have Grima send the link to the clip in the chat.
Why? Witness!
What is it, Gramps?
If you have the note, then it's only logical you have the camera too.
Ugh. Looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for?
Ah, that's...
What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know? Silly meals like you, I fall in love and I borrow things from people.
I think your definition of borrow is a little off.
Oh no, Rima, can we check that, please? I saw that woman's business card, and that's when I noticed it said, "Slime bag celebrity photographer extraordinaire." Thank you. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of picture she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things.
Bailiff, check this camera's photos. Hurry!
Mooney, welcome in.
We must examine them at once.
Edgeworth roast, indeed.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai.
See, I told you. That's the guy I saw.
This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter.
Lotta's photo. Picture taken in the hallway right after the murder.
Well, what does this all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that the person in this instance is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Ongard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is the defendant. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will reconsider them before we close. You agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client. If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. If I raise an objection here and blow it, then it would mean Maya's life is in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess.
What doing? We're trying to prove our client innocent.
The photo that Lotta took, there's
obviously something strange about it.
There's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, right? Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there is nothing strange with this photo. There is no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster. Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, and you should only need one chance, correct? Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. Can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't she take a good shot, especially when it counts? What about this photo is strange?
What is strange, you may ask? Something is strange.
I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here.
Professor, it's all gone cuckoo loco! It has all gone cuckoo loco!
What are you pointing at? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't. And? What does that mean? The costumed person in this photo could not have been Mr. Onguard. What is the meaning of this? I wonder if you would care to elaborate with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama. His socks. You can see his socks. Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama just to walk. There's only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that?
Ah! Gosh darn it, metal pipe.
I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. He doesn't feel under attack? And I haven't damaged his case at all? Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? The person in this photo is not Matt Onguard. And everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I figured it would come to this. What? Right. I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside the costume is not Matt Onguard. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah. Why is he so calm? Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph?
There's only one person it could be. Someone who's shorter than Matt Onguard. The only other person it could be.
Adrian Andrews? If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it's none other than this woman. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short. and she can freely move in and out of Mr. Onguard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. Onguard that night. And how does that all add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Onguard's fingerprints all over it. A knife that was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, right? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Miss Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Carita. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Ooh. Order! 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 It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed with the folk first hearing her testimony. All right. This is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day? Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya... Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court.
Obviously, we need to raise an objection here.
Now then. Objection! Please, Your Honor, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she's not... I abhor wasting such valuable time. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request that you please continue with today's trial.
Let's go! Let's go! Heck yeah! This is why Edgeworth is the best character, you guys.
What? We cannot continue due to this unexpected development. This unexpected development. I think you underestimate me, Your Honor. And what do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Miss Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What?
Oh, shoot! He had it in the back of his... He had the trick up his sleeve the whole time. That's Edgeworth.
What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution lobby. She is the next witness. Ah! Everything was planned out in advance by that man? Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly.
Exactly. Ah!
Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. To be continued.
Whoopee!
Forget too, Edgeworth being 4 steps ahead of us.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And it allows us to continue the trial.
And prevent Maya from being hurt.
Cliffhanger alert! Ba-ba-da-ba! Oh boy! Oh, goodness. So good to see Edgeworth back, am I right? That was a lot, oh yes. And we'll only get more. There will only be more. We're only on day 1 of the trial, remember that. This is day 1 of the trial. We've still got a bit more time. We've still got quite a bit more time. Alrighty though. Thank you so much for coming in though, everybody. Let's see who we can go ahead and raid today. Let's see who is live today. Ooh, who is live? Who is live? Let's see. We still need to raid back Miori Shiba. That's true! She is on. What's she playing? Oh! Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail. Ooh. Looks like doing some simulated universe by the looks of it. That could be quite fun to go see. Yeah, let's go raid, and she likes Ace Attorney, so it's perfect. Exactly! Alright, let's go raid Miori Shiba then. Miori raided us in the past when we were on an Ace Attorney stream. So now I think it's our turn to go raid her back. Alright. Let's go give her a raid. Alright, if you're headed over to the raid to go raid with us, Miori Shiba, please type Shadesay Raid in the chat so that final metal pipe of the day. Be sure to type Shadesay Raid in the chat so that she knows that we are coming. Also, we do have a raid message that you can use that is completely follower friendly, so be free to use that or make one of your own. Also, if you're heading over, be sure to follow all of her rules as you would mine. And once again, as always, have fun. Alrighty. Here's a goodbye gift. Oh boy. What's the goodbye gift? What's the goodbye gift? Alrighty though. Thank you so much for coming. Tomorrow there will be no stream because I don't stream on Wednesdays. But on Thursday, we will be back into Professor Layton and the Unwound Future. I hope y'all will be excited for that because we're getting into the real meat of this case and we are gonna have so much fun. Alright. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Bye! Stay sharp, Shade Slayers! We'll see you on Thursday!